Watching out for you, a Fox 5 I-Team investigation.
We have new developments tonight in a story our I-Team broke last night on Fox 5 News at 6.
DeKalb police officers are telling conflicting stories about their decision not to arrest a DeKalb County commissioner caught drinking and driving back in July. And one former prosecutor tells our senior I-Team reporter Dale Russell that even 2 months later, a case could still be made.
Commissioner Stan Watson told me that he's apologized to his family and church and voters, and he wants to put all this behind him. But one former prosecutor thinks a case could still be made.
Chief O'Brien gonna know what happened.
DeKalb County Commissioner Stan Watson had just caught a break. According to police reports back in July, he had been drinking inside the Tanqueray Lounge on Glenwood. Those same police reports state Watson began fussing and cussing with 2 women he thought had stolen his wallet.
All you gotta do is get my wallet back and everything will be all right.
Watson told me later the wallet was actually in his car. An off-duty DeKalb County police officer who witnessed everything arrested one woman for disorderly conduct and later released her, but he didn't arrest Commissioner Watson. But Sergeant O.B. Parker warned him not to drive home.
Also informing you that you've been drinking. Okay, you're not in position to drive.
So Commissioner Watson went to his car saying he would call an assistant DeKalb police chief to come pick him up. Instead, Commissioner Watson drove off. 3 officers gave chase down Glenwood, but Watson returned to the parking lot within a minute or so, got out of his car, and said he was going to let someone take him home.
I don't think I got preferential treatment.
When we first asked Commissioner Watson back in July about drinking and driving, this is what he told us.
So I wasn't drunk, but I feel that I was impaired, but I didn't want to take a chance on driving.
But Commissioner, the report states that you got in your car and drove off, and the officers actually went after you to try to find you.
No, I don't remember all that.
Later, Watson told us a family member had just died and he was upset that night, and he now remembers driving. So why wasn't the commissioner arrested? And who made that ultimate decision? Sergeant M.B. Porter told Internal Affairs he called his supervisor, Lieutenant D.F. Wilson, to the scene and told him the commissioner had ignored police and drove away.
I was pissed off, saying, because that son got in the car and drove off. We just had to try to go find him. So at that point in time, he knew that he drove off in the car.
Officer J.L. Lewis said he heard Sergeant Porter advise Lieutenant Wilson that Mr. Watson had driven away from the location. But Lieutenant Wilson told investigators, "I did not hear them, for I don't recall being told this at this point."
Why would it not be mentioned?
We asked former cop, prosecutor, and judge Keith Martin to review the Internal Affairs findings. He found it hard to believe that the sergeants would not tell their supervisor what happened.
The single biggest element in that offense is him driving. Why would it not be mentioned?
DeKalb Police Chief William O'Brien. And you believe that that wasn't passed up the chain?
Yes, I do. And I know it may seem hard to believe, but I do believe it was not passed up properly.
Lieutenant Wilson stated since he didn't know the commissioner drove off, when he called his zone commander, Major E.L. Jones, he didn't tell him about it. Internal Affairs concluded, based on a lack of information, Major Jones allowed Commissioner Watson to be taken home.
Very fluid situation out there as they're dealing with this. Emotions are high. Certainly a tough decision to have to make.
That doesn't mean it's over.
No.
They could have gone after him.
They go after hit and runs.
Keith Martin says it's not over. Police still have eyewitnesses to the commissioner's drinking, his behavior caught on video, and Commissioner Watson admitting to us he was impaired and didn't need to drive. Could you make a case?
Yes. And I've tried cases on, prosecuted cases on much less. As a judge, I've convicted people on much less.
DeKalb Police Chief William O'Brien told me he thought it would be a tough case to make, but police did discuss it with the DeKalb solicitor. The solicitor's office told me they're awaiting the official police file. Dale Russell, Fox 5 News.